What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ARP, Rare Bit Entertainment is the movement. Like I said the other day, I'm trying out new blog spots and all that. I already see a bunch of issues with this setup right here. First of all, I don't like the lighting. I'm gonna probably add like 2 more camera angles at least. I want one further back so you can see the desk in front of me. I know how to do all the new sneaker pickups. You can't even see the kicks that I put on the table. Oh yeah, and for those that say at times, well, you could tell Surf is this magnitude of an artist, or how big he is, or how powerful, or how strong he is because he's got a league owner responding to him. It's, once again, it's just like, do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Don't pick and choose when to make me some guy that can and can't be on the ground with everybody else, on the front lines with everybody else. And then in other scenarios, make me this big guy that, oh, he responded to this battle rapper, so that brings him down a notch. No, I'm already down here on the ground. My feet is always on the ground. That's who I am. That's how I'll always be. Battle rap and outside of battle rap. Now, before I address this Norbs topic, which is in the title of this video, let me go back to a little bit of history real quick. One thing that I learned extremely early in the battle rap culture is people will run with narratives and they'll turn fiction to facts if they only have one side of a story. And the first time I saw that on full display was when me and the homie Star had a back and forth. He did movies. You've seen him on the Chappelle Show, radio host for Hot 97 at a time, 105.1 in New York at a time. One of my favorite radio personalities. But fast forward, you know what I'm saying, we had a disagreement when we were working together with Battle Rap Media. It's since been squashed. Last time I spoke to Star was right before the Max Out event last year. Big salute and shout out to the homie Star. But I learned from that situation all the way back in 2014. You know, Star being who he is, a very, very popular, well-known person. He went on to 15 Minutes of Fame and he had some things to say about myself and Rare Bit Entertainment. And I watched the whole culture just look at me like, you know what I'm saying? It was like all of the things that he said became true. It became reality.
Yeah, Jai, you little stupid little looking motherfucker. Catch y'all break your motherfucking neck, nigga. You only weigh 110 pounds.
When I hit you up and asked you if there was a problem, why didn't you want to deal with me or speak to me man to man? Why did you prefer to go up to 15 Minutes of Fame?
And then I came back with 2 blogs. You know what I'm saying? And especially by the second blog, I had a bunch of screenshots in it. I had emails in it. I had text messages in it. A bunch of things that made people say, oh, okay, we believe you, ARP. And then me and Star had our back and forth. And then, you know, we decided to take those videos down. My videos have never been deleted. They've always been set on private. So I still have that history of like the blog's views and the commentary attached to those videos, the timestamps of those videos, everything. But it was a huge lesson learned of how this culture reacts to things when they only have one side of a story. Just luckily in that situation, I had a bunch of files already. You know what I'm saying? I retained a bunch of records. So fast forward over the years, you know, I've always known that about our culture. And I get it. You know, some of the most noteworthy people in the culture, they're not necessarily going to stand up and protect you and vouch for you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Your problems become your problems. You know what I'm saying? So you got to protect yourself. And I've shown you that over the years, you know, times where there's been accusations and then it's like, okay, fine, here's the proof. Here's the evidence. Here's the actual facts, not the opinions or the gossip or the bullshit or the lies. Like, here's the real facts to things. And, you know, certain battlers know that about me. Ask Charlie Clips, you know what I'm saying? I sent them like a little small video clip of us just joking, you know, of all the files and folders and organized like a library of things that I've kept and retained over the years for RBE's protection. And sure enough, we've had to use a lot of those files over the years, and I'm pretty sure we will continue to use those files. That doesn't take away from the fact that people will still continue to take one side of a story, one side of an opinion or representation or gossip or whatever, and that will become reality until you correct it. And there's been a lot of things that, especially in my position, you have to let roll off your shoulder. There's a lot of things that you have to say, that's not worth my time. There's things where you know that people's clout chasing, people's looking for attention. Somebody might be looking for a check. Somebody just may not like you for whatever reason. Maybe you ain't book them, or maybe they feel like you didn't give them a matchup that they deserved, or there's all types of reasons why people will love to endorse fuck shit surrounding your name. You have to develop the skin and the understanding that that exists. There are people like that. There are corny ass people. There are lying, backstabbing ass people. There's bad businessmen. There's all that type of shit. Not just in battle rap, in the world, period. And of course, me making a public statement that Sue Surf will never rap on RBE, it will then have people come in, text me, call me, or possibly think some type of opinion that, wait a minute, he said he would never work with Norbs. He went back on that. So why do we think that he would actually be standing on what he's talking about with Sue Surf? Why do we think that just because he says that Sue Surf will never rap on RBE that he's going to stand on that? Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Once again, I get it. I understand it. It's more fun to create your own truths and realities and your own facts out there. That's more fun. That's more entertaining for y'all. But when I speak on this channel, it's always truth. It's always honesty. You ain't got no lies on this channel, in my blogs and in my interviews. And 99.9% of the time, if I address something, not only did I come with the facts and the truth coming from me, but I've even come with evidence. All right. So now I'm going to ask y'all for some evidence. Norbs used to work for URL. Everybody knows that, right? Whether he was a partner or a part owner, everybody knows what Norbs did inside the company of URL while he was employed by them. Okay. It's all public knowledge for us as a battle rap community, right? Actually, I'm playing this video behind me for a reason. And I'm going to ask Ill Will if I can publicly put out the things that he said about this particular battle here. It doesn't have to come out publicly. That's really just for consumption of the battle rap community. It's going to be on display privately. But I wanna ask Ill Will's permission to put it out publicly. So I say that to say this. I'm well aware of all these situations behind the scenes that have continued to happen over the years involving Rare Breed Entertainment's business. It's pretty much public knowledge for a lot of people. There's a lot of records. There's a lot of video. There's a lot of text messages and phone calls about it as well. But one thing that you cannot provide, nobody in the world, is proof, documentation, or anything related to RBE, ARP, or Norbs being in business, partnering together, or working together. Let me make this 1000% clear. I've never partnered, worked with, exchanged business, contract, monies, agreements, or anything with Norbs. We have never worked together. When we did that video together earlier last year, the show and the live stream pay-per-view is going to start at 1 p.m. Go to rarebreedent.com, get your live stream pay-per-view and get your tickets to be in the building. It's about to be an epic night in battle rap, y'all. That was just two men knowing that because of things happening within his circle and us being on the defense and dealing with so many things over the years, it was us burying the hatchet of saying, as men, we don't have no issues about all that stuff that was happening or continues to happen towards RBE over the years. It's all good, Norbs. Then we did an interview together where he asked me about like my Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. I want to clarify that for the public. I don't want people to continue to say that we have any business or dealings together. We do not. I don't work with Norbs. I never have. I respect Norbs because of all the stuff that he brought to the culture, all the battlers and matchups and cards and being a part of starting the URL as a company. And I don't bullshit y'all. You know, once again, I'll even get phone calls about stuff like that and I'll let y'all go fact check me. You know, I'll get a call from like the homie Peso, you know, people asking questions or being curious about the relationship of RBE and Norbs. And even though many people in my shoes would continue to hate, despise, never have a single conversation with a person that was involved in those things that have happened towards RBE over the years, I decided to bury the hatchet. I decided not to continue to carry that type of energy with that man. And we buried the hatchet by even coming on camera together and doing a fun little blog for y'all. And of course, that's how it is in our society. Like, I've come up through all that. The ego, the pride, you know, the reputation, you know what I'm saying? But especially in hip hop, especially in our battle rap culture, everybody's got this tough shield on. Nobody can apologize for anything. Nobody could bury hatchets, especially once that happens on Twitter and it's in front of people. Everybody feels that much more compelled to stand up.
I know it's trying. Handshake. Get a handshake for completing the battle. Can we get a handshake for completing the battle for the culture? Make some noise, y'all.
To stick out their chest and to represent and to be tough because people are watching. When you could look in the mirror and that person that you identify with in your reflection says, I know what I'm about. I know what I'll do. I know what I have done. You don't have that type of ego, especially as you gain maturity and you get older. That's why I don't really want to fuss and argue and curse and do all that with people on social media and stuff like that, because I know where it goes, especially when it's in front of a public group of people. I know how people treat that. People in private are not the same way they are in public 8 times out of 10. 8 times out of 10. I've crossed paths with everybody you think that I probably have tension with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nobody's soft. I'm not saying nobody's a sucker. I'm not saying what I am and what I'm not. But I'm just serving this as a reminder that you don't have to walk around saying that I got problems or tension with this person forever. Like, once again, I said before, Chris Unbiased got my untold truth. He just, you know, he doesn't like the way it was shot. So I don't know if he's ever going to drop it or not. But, you know, he got clips of me speaking on JC. Since y'all asked me about JC in every interview, there's nothing negative that I said about JC. Shout out to JC. Nobody knows all the back and forth that me and Averb had on Twitter. You know, us threatening each other and all that type of shit. I seen Averb like a month ago or something, like a month and a half ago. As men, we got to face address whatever issues that we had as men. Not this Twitter or social media. Nobody knows this type of stuff, and they don't have to. They don't have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem for people to bury the hatchet. I seen Young Ill's untold truth. No, I didn't get called and somebody didn't text me and I click play myself. I wanted to see with my own eyes his energy and how he felt towards Rare Breed Entertainment, because I know I came to that man genuine, and I seen his response and I respected it, because to a degree he was kind of taking a position like, you know, I'm gonna make that right sooner or later. He doesn't have to. You know, he could choose to stand on whatever feelings or whatever actions he wants to stand on. He's his own man. But in that untold truth, what I took from that, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. He can correct me if I'm wrong. What I took from that was him saying, you know, sooner or later, I got to make that right. I respect that. I don't want to walk around with that type of energy towards Averb or Young Ill or Norbs. You know what I'm saying? I know the type of person I am if I have to walk around with that energy. But nobody really wants to walk around with that type of energy. Don't be so fast just to create your own realities. And once again, I get it, especially when things are said without the second side of the conversation. It happens all the time. Because RBE and myself, we don't take offense on people. When can you show us that we started with somebody? When can you show that I just hooked off on somebody? Every blog on that damn channel is a response. I don't care if you're going back to Star going on 15 Minutes of Fame, and then me coming on the channel with my blogs. I don't care if it's Beasley going on Angry Fan, and then me going on 15 Minutes of Fame. I don't care if it's Steams and Queens Flip being on the Quiet Room channel and talking about me and RBE, and then me coming back on my channel. I don't care if it's Serious Jones on Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame, and then me responding on my channel. I don't care if it's Piper Boy going after the Math and Serious car. Shout out to Piper Boy. You know what I'm saying? And then me responding on the RBE channel. That's how it's always been. That's how it's always been. There's never been something or someone that I just said, you know what, I'm going to go at him. Sir, it doesn't matter. These people have either targeted myself or RBE, and then they've gotten a response. We decide for whatever reason, whether because it was an amount of disrespect, maybe because it was business related, maybe because it was legally related, maybe because it was business related, maybe my pride was on the line. Whatever the case may be. But then a response came. And if you happen to not get a response, because I told y'all before, I don't want the reputation of, oh, yo, ARP is about to respond. You know, this blog is coming. I hate that shit, because that just means that somebody's fucking with us for some reason that we probably don't deserve. But even if I do that, just remember, if I choose to ignore something, or if I choose to let something roll off my shoulder, don't go creating your own stories and your own facts. Don't automatically make RBE and Norb's business partners because we decided to bury the hatchet. Y'all gotta be a little bit smarter than that. Don't be that immature person just running around creating stories and creating narratives and creating lies and your own realities just to have something to do.
If you're a young kid and this is all you know, it's like, how do you pull yourself out of that? You can't. It's like impossible for them. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
But somebody has to tell them.
Yes, agree.
That there's even something. Somebody has to make you aware that something's even pulling your strings.
Salute and shout out to Norbs, shout out to Averb, shout out to Young Ill, shout out to JC, shout out to all these people that I mentioned in this blog.
Now when these niggas be lying, and battle rap is a circus, so I came to set fire to the ring so y'all wouldn't have to beg clowns. I'm well prepared now, also been a rare sound. School and sunny you same time, see if they